Norway is a breathtaking nation in northern Europe, located on the Scandinavian peninsula and bordered by Sweden, Finland, and Russia. Known for its dramatic landscapes, Norway is famous for its deep fjords, towering mountains, and an incredibly long coastline that stretches along the North Atlantic Ocean. Much of the country's natural environment remains largely untouched, making it one of the most spectacular destinations in the world for travelers and nature enthusiasts. Despite having a population of just over 5 million people, Norway is considered one of the most prosperous and developed nations on Earth. The country combines a strong economy with a high quality of life, modern infrastructure, and well-planned cities. Social systems, education, and healthcare contribute to a stable and balanced society. Norwegian culture has been shaped by centuries of seafaring traditions, exploration, and the legendary era of the Vikings. These early Norse explorers traveled across vast oceans, leaving a lasting influence on European history and Scandinavian identity. At the heart of the country lies the capital city, Oslo. This vibrant and modern city is surrounded by forests and fjords, offering a unique blend of urban life and natural beauty. Museums, cultural institutions, waterfront districts, and green parks make Oslo an ideal starting point for discovering the landscapes and traditions that define Norway. From dramatic fjords to modern cities and deep cultural traditions, Norway presents a remarkable combination of nature, history, and contemporary life, a journey we continue exploring here on Culture Quest. Welcome to Norway. Part 1: Cities and Streets. Cities in Norway are unique places where modern urban life blends seamlessly with nature. In the capital, Oslo, visitors will find contemporary architecture, world-class museums, and a lively waterfront along the Oslofjord. The city is known for its clean streets, sustainable transportation, and abundant green spaces where locals enjoy outdoor life throughout the year. Forests and hiking trails surround the city, making it easy for residents to move from busy urban areas to peaceful natural environments within minutes. Further west lies the beautiful coastal city of Bergen. Surrounded by mountains and fjords, Bergen is famous for its historic harbor district known as Bergen. Here, colorful wooden buildings line the waterfront, reflecting the city's long maritime history as an important trading center during the era of the Hanseatic League. Far above the Arctic Circle lies the city of Tromsø. Often called the gateway to the Arctic, Tromsø is one of the best places in the world to witness the magical northern lights during the winter months. Its location in the far north also makes it an important center for Arctic research and exploration. Across Norway, city life moves at a calm and balanced pace. Cafes, small shops, and waterfront promenades create welcoming social spaces, while nature is never far away. Mountains, forests, and the sea remain only minutes from city streets, shaping a lifestyle that keeps people closely connected to the natural world. On Culture Quest, exploring Norway's cities reveals how modern urban life can exist in harmony with some of the most spectacular landscapes on Earth. Part 2: Food. Food in Norway is deeply connected to nature, climate, and centuries of coastal traditions. Surrounded by cold northern seas and rugged mountains, Norwegian cuisine has developed around fresh seafood, preserved foods, and simple ingredients that reflect the country's natural landscape. Along Norway's long coastline, seafood plays a central role in everyday meals. One of the most famous Norwegian exports is salmon, which appears in many forms: grilled, smoked, or served raw as part of modern Nordic dishes. Another iconic preparation is gravlax, a traditional recipe made by curing salmon with salt, sugar, and dill. It is often served with mustard sauce and fresh bread. For those seeking something more adventurous, Norway is also known for dishes rooted in rural traditions. One of the most famous is rakfisk, which has been prepared in mountain regions for centuries. Although its strong aroma can surprise first-time visitors, it remains a respected delicacy among many locals. Another traditional favorite is fårikål, often considered the national dish of Norway. This hearty meal is made with lamb and cabbage slowly cooked together with peppercorns, creating a warm and comforting flavor that suits the country's cold northern climate. Street food and casual dining are also part of modern Norwegian culture. In many cities, visitors can find hot dogs served in soft flatbread, seafood markets offering freshly caught fish, and small cafes selling traditional pastries. One sweet treat that travelers often discover is crumb cake, a thin, delicate waffle rolled into a cone shape and sometimes filled with cream. In recent years, Norway has also become an important center of the new Nordic cuisine, where chefs focus on seasonal ingredients, local produce, and creative interpretations of traditional flavors. Restaurants across the country now blend ancient culinary traditions with modern cooking techniques, creating dishes that are both simple and refined. For travelers, exploring Norwegian food is not only about taste, it is also about understanding the country's deep connection with nature, the sea, and the rhythms of life in the far north. On Culture Quest, these flavors reveal how cuisine can tell the story of a nation's environment, traditions, and way of life. Part 3: History and Architecture. The history of Norway stretches back thousands of years, shaped by powerful natural forces and the seafaring spirit of its people. From ancient explorers to modern Scandinavian design, the country's past can still be seen in its architecture, historic sites, and cultural traditions. Perhaps the most famous chapter in Norway's history is the Viking Age. Beginning around the 8th century, Viking sailors from Scandinavia traveled across Europe and the North Atlantic Ocean, trading, exploring, and sometimes conquering distant lands. These seafarers built advanced ships that allowed them to travel vast distances across open seas. Today, visitors can explore this fascinating era at museums such as the Viking Ship Museum in Oslo. The museum houses remarkably preserved Viking ships that reveal the craftsmanship, engineering skills, and adventurous spirit of these legendary Norse explorers. Another striking example of Norway's historic architecture is its medieval wooden churches, known as stave church. One of the most famous examples is the Bergen stave church. Built in the 12th century, this remarkable structure features dark wooden beams, intricate carvings, and steep roofs that resemble dragon heads, reflecting both Christian symbolism and ancient Norse artistic traditions. Norway's cities also showcase a fascinating blend of history and maritime heritage. In coastal towns such as Bergen, historic wooden buildings still line the harbor, reminding visitors of the city's long role as a center of trade and shipping. The colorful houses of Bergen remain one of the best-preserved medieval trading districts in Northern Europe. In contrast, modern Norwegian architecture emphasizes simplicity, natural materials, and harmony with the surrounding landscape. In Oslo, contemporary landmarks such as the Oslo Opera House showcase the country's forward-thinking design philosophy. Built beside the harbor, the building's sloping white marble roof allows visitors to walk up to the top and enjoy panoramic views of the fjord. Across the country, old wooden houses, Viking heritage sites, historic ports, and modern architectural masterpieces exist side by side. Together they tell the story of a nation shaped by exploration, resilience, and a deep respect for both tradition and innovation. On Culture Quest, Norway's history reveals how a country can honor its past while continuing to shape a bold and modern future. Part 4: Iconic Cities and Everyday Life. To truly understand life in Norway, visitors often spend time exploring its cities and observing the rhythms of everyday life. Norwegian cities are known for being clean, safe, and well-organized, but what truly stands out is the calm and balanced lifestyle of the people who live there. In the capital city of Oslo, daily life moves at a relaxed pace. Locals often begin their mornings with coffee at small neighborhood cafes before heading to work or school. The city is filled with parks, walking paths, and waterfront promenades where people gather to relax, exercise, or simply enjoy views of the Oslofjord. One of the most fascinating aspects of life in Oslo is how close nature always feels. Within minutes of leaving the city center, you can find forests and lakes where Norwegians go hiking, skiing, or cycling throughout the year. This easy access to nature plays a major role in everyday life. Meanwhile, in the coastal city of Bergen, life revolves around the harbor and the sea. Fishermen bring in fresh seafood each morning, while locals and visitors stroll through the historic waterfront district of Bergen, where colorful wooden houses line narrow streets filled with small shops, art galleries, and cozy cafes. Another unique place to experience Norwegian life is Trondheim, one of the country's oldest cities. Here, historic wooden buildings stand beside modern cafes and lively student life from nearby universities, creating a vibrant yet relaxed atmosphere. Across Norway, everyday life reflects the country's strong emphasis on balance. Work is important, but so is personal time. Families spend weekends outdoors, children grow up learning to ski and explore nature, and evenings are often spent enjoying simple moments with friends and family. For many travelers, this peaceful and nature-centered lifestyle becomes one of the most memorable parts of visiting Norway, a place where modern life and the natural world exist in perfect harmony. Part 5: Iconic Cities and Everyday Life. The culture of Norway is deeply connected to nature, tradition, and a strong sense of national identity. Despite being a modern and highly developed country, Norway has preserved many cultural traditions that continue to shape everyday life. One of the most important cultural ideas in Norway is living in harmony with nature. Norwegians believe that spending time outdoors is essential for health and happiness. This philosophy is often described by the concept of friluftsliv, which roughly translates to open-air living. Whether hiking in the mountains, skiing across snowy landscapes, or simply walking through forests, nature plays a central role in Norwegian culture. Traditional clothing also remains an important symbol of cultural identity. During national celebrations, many Norwegians proudly wear the bunad, a beautifully decorated outfit that represents different regions of the country and reflects centuries of craftsmanship and heritage. Perhaps the most important national celebration in Norway is Norwegian Constitution Day. Held every year on May 17th, this event fills cities and towns with parades, music, and waving flags. Children march through the streets while families gather to celebrate the country's independence and national pride. Norway also has a rich artistic tradition. The country has produced internationally recognized artists such as Edvard Munch, whose famous painting The Scream has become one of the most iconic artworks in the world. In modern times, Norwegian culture continues to evolve. The country has gained global recognition for its contributions to design, literature, film, and music, while still maintaining strong connections to its historical roots. From ancient Viking traditions to modern Scandinavian creativity, Norway's culture reflects a unique blend of history, nature, and innovation, making it one of the most fascinating societies in Northern Europe. Part 6: Countryside and Nature. While the cities of Norway are modern and vibrant, the true soul of the country is found in its breathtaking natural landscapes. Across Norway, dramatic fjords cut deep into the land, surrounded by towering cliffs, waterfalls, and quiet villages that feel almost untouched by time. One of the most famous is Fjord, celebrated for its emerald waters and steep mountain walls rising dramatically from the sea. The fjord is recognized as part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, highlighting its extraordinary natural beauty. Further inland, travelers can explore vast mountain plateaus, dense forests, and glacial valleys. In Jotunheimen National Park, hikers can wander among some of the highest peaks in Northern Europe. Rugged trails lead through alpine landscapes filled with glaciers, lakes, and sweeping mountain views. Along the western coast lie small fishing villages quietly facing the sea. One of the most iconic regions is the Lofoten Islands, where dramatic mountains rise straight from the ocean and traditional red fishing cabins line the coastline. The scenery here is so striking that it has become one of the most photographed landscapes in Scandinavia. During winter, Norway transforms into a snowy wonderland. In the far north, visitors gather under dark Arctic skies hoping to witness the magical display of the Aurora Borealis, commonly known as the Northern Lights. Waves of green, purple, and blue light ripple across the sky, creating one of the most unforgettable natural spectacles on Earth. Whether exploring fjords by boat, hiking through mountain trails, or standing beside a quiet lake surrounded by wilderness, Norway's landscapes feel vast, peaceful, and incredibly powerful. For many travelers, these natural wonders are the reason they fall in love with Norway, a country where nature remains wild, majestic, and deeply inspiring. From vibrant cities like Oslo and historic ports like Bergen, to ancient Viking history, unique Nordic culture, and some of the most spectacular natural landscapes on Earth, Norway offers a travel experience unlike anywhere else in the world. It is a country where modern life and untouched nature exist side by side, where mountains meet the sea, ancient traditions meet contemporary design, and every journey feels like an adventure waiting to unfold. Whether you're exploring colorful harbor towns, tasting traditional Nordic cuisine, or standing beneath the glowing northern lights, Norway invites travelers to slow down, breathe deeply, and experience the beauty of the natural world. And for those who visit, it's often not just a trip, it's a place that stays in your memory long after the journey ends.